Please join me in welcoming Rafi to the stage.
So, hello everybody. My name is Rafi Albo, so I hope the presentation is on. I'm the founder, owner of Segmarketing, which used to be like a traditional marketing agency for like almost 15 years, doing big data, database marketing, personalization marketing. And in the last 6-7 years, totally transformed to on-life marketing, basically pushing AR, VR, mixed reality to the mass market, like monetizing existing technologies, existing functionalities, trying to figure out new concepts. And I brought a lot of stuff that just to open your minds, like to show you things that we are playing around with that I think that are kind of unique, that in this industry, it's like, I call it from G to C, from G to G to G to C. Do you know what I mean? Do you have any idea? So I'll explain. So basically, I'm going to talk about augmented reality, virtual reality, mixed reality today in the aspect of the brands, of the retailers, the mass marketing retailers, the mass marketing brands, and also in relation to creating monetization, real physical products that can sell and already sell by the hundreds of thousands and sometimes even more than that today. And it's really changing fast. So augmented reality, which is very interesting for me, I hope that you will agree with me that this is one of the most, let's say, unique businesses that usually a sales meeting always starts by 99% of our potential customers going, "Whoa, wow, this is amazing. Wow, wow, how did you do that?" Like magic. And then they usually say, but where is the QR code? And you say, no, there's not QR code. It's image recognition, blah, 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 blah. But something interesting, usually in other businesses, when the first meeting starts with, wow, this is amazing, usually the conversion rates to really invoicing them are pretty high. But in augmented reality, what I discovered in the last 7 years, unfortunately, sometimes fortunately, depends how you pitch, the conversion rate between the wow and the invoice is very low. Raise your hand if you agree with me. If you don't, raise your hand. I will ask you in front of everybody why. Just saying that. So let's make an experiment. Raise your hand if you agree with what I said. Maybe in industrial AR it's not the same. But in real mass marketing, like product-related, retail-related, marketing-related, live marketing-related, educational-related, this is the fact. They start with wow, and then you cut down, and then you invoice like from 100 people, you will invoice 5. So it's better to invoice big 5. This is what I learned. So in this presentation, I will share like my journey and experience from the real stuff. Yeah. So what did I do in the last few years? Something very interesting happened. Because I started from digital printing, variable digital printing, and big data, using like one-to-one marketing for brands all around the world, using digital printing technologies with variable data, etc., before big data was a hype. So my take to these kinds of let's say, application, I think that personalization is very important. And I will show you some examples of projects that we are running now that are very interesting. We are doing personalized AR and starting to experiment now with personalized one-to-one VR experiences. And I hope that you agree with me that you don't see a lot of personalized AR like content, right? Like 300,000 different augmented reality like animations to each user, different animation coming out from the trigger image. This is something that is not really massively happening. But I find it with the brands that they love this. Why? Because big data is all about, it's really booming around. They're collecting data like crazy about their customers. They have a lot of CRM, loyalty programs, etc. But when you show them like the traditional AR, trigger, video, trigger, animation, I call it same, like in the markets in Thailand, they say same, mister, but different. So I prefer to show to brands same, but different experiences. And when I said G2G before, I meant this industry, our industry. I find it a lot, especially in events like this. I travel all around the world, and I usually speak in big events for the brands and for printers, okay? The printing industry, like labels and packaging printers, like folding carton printers, like huge operation with 1,000 employees that are making all the cornflakes boxes in Mexico, okay, for all the brands. So they have a commodity product. They have great technology that can change each package printed differently, but they are really striving to get added value services that can create their commoditized product, these packages, to a higher level. When these guys see AR, VR, and stuff like that, they go mad, and they have the customers. You understand? They already work with all these brands. So this is what I see in the industry all the time. But in events like AWE, which I really love, it's very interesting. I see a lot of G2G. It's like a very unique evolution of business to business or business to consumer. It's geek to geek talk. What do I mean? Like, it's really interesting. Like, I can show a very cool idea to someone, and usually in events like this, instead of looking at the concept and understanding that this is clonable to 60 countries, and each country has like 15 to 25 different brands that can do the same kind of functionality, but only with different branding, they go, Vuforia, Kachum, Wiki to, okay, 3D model, yeah, it's like, just overlaying video that is personalized. I got it. No, you didn't. Go to Coca-Cola and push that. You will love that, to get a job from Coca-Cola to print digitally, like the longest. Do you know the Names project by Coca-Cola with the names, the bottles? This was the longest, the biggest digital printing job in the history of mankind. Digital printing. The cost of those labels cost Coca-Cola 5 times more than their normal labels, because it was digitally printed because of all the names. And Coca-Cola had a huge market share of they released it, over 5% in more than 60 countries. Coca-Cola, they're striving for their market share, and they went up. And it was a very simple idea, but it was very interesting because it was effective, because it has something to do with personalization, which goes you right to the guts, but no technology. The technology was only digital printing. So imagine what will happen when brands, you tell them this, that, that 10% of their customers, usually 50% of their customers, is 95% of their sales and gross profits. When they realize that, and you tell it and you show it to them in their databases, suddenly they have a budget for crazy things to do. And they're looking for crazy things to do. So now let's share a lot of like stuff. How you can use AR, VR to the masses creatively and effectively. So one thing we are showing here, this is a platform that I'm part of, Arilin from Robust North from Helsinki, Finland. So the team built a very interesting AR, VR platform, cloud-based, same, but a little bit different, that has a lot of features inside that I bring from the market all the time, from the brands, from the labels and packaging managers, okay? Small features that usually someone like you will say, you use, so you stitch it like this to a sphere? Okay, yes, but it had an effect and it created a big deal. So let's show you first project. This project, I pitched it to the #1 brand in the world. Maybe you heard about them. They're called Coca-Cola. And within 15 minutes in the meeting, the entire team of the R&D of labels and packaging of Coca-Cola, it started with a I call it cold fish meeting, like, who are you? You know, we're Coca-Cola, we hear ideas all the time. But within 15 minutes, they had like 20 people in the room, and this project is now in review. But look what we did there, and maybe it's same, but I don't think so. So what we did is this. We took our platform, built inside, of course, the ability to scan curved surfaces, with digital printing, created almost 250 different labels, that are printed digitally, because every country you have a lot of products of Coca-Cola, so you need to print 250 versions of Coca-Cola cans, 250 versions of the shrink bottles. It's complex and like labels on the 1.5 liter, whatever. And then it says, the concept was, let's show the world for free to the masses from the real product, okay? In 360 and VR, but for free. And there's another layer of sales promotion. So I'll show you what I mean. So tell me if you see the screen of my iPhone. I don't know if you can see it somewhere. Maybe I'll try to switch. Tell me if you see it, if we're lucky. Nothing? Nothing? 1, 2, yes, you see it. So we kind of custom made our app. We called it Coca-Cola 360, and let's hope that it's scanning. So it's scanning. So now every, let's say, Coca-Cola bottle or can or something, curved surface that I'll take, the user sees, download the free Coca-Cola 360 app, scan the bottle, and fly there for free, and also maybe you can win a trip. So once the user scans, so they're in Rio, and they have like hyperlinks so they can see Copacabana Beach, like from drones, and like Rio in the sunset, etc. It also supports VR, so they can win like added value, simple stuff like cardboards or folding glasses or whatever. And also, it has something interesting. It has like a module statistically built already in the app that the Coca-Cola, each country, they can choose if you can win something inside the 360. So for the presentation, what I did the logic is like 1 out of 60,000. So I'm not going to scan 60,000 times now, right? So I'll scan like a few times. So now we are in the Great Wall of China. And now let's go to whatever, Indonesia. And now it's supposed to win something. So let's go to Amsterdam. Okay, so now inside Amsterdam, inside the 360, you see it's your lucky day. You see, you just won a free trip. You see, start packing, congratulations, whatever. So when they go now to here, they go to the website with the logic of the redemption of the whatever. So this is another example of, like, it's taking simple stuff, but do you agree with me, hopefully, that licensing the work of 15 photographers from Russia, yeah, air panel, it took me 1 year to convince them. For the last 15 years, yeah, they are flying all over the world with helicopters and Russian military drones, yeah, with 360 cameras before it was cool. And they did amazing panoramic shots and videos of 300 places on Earth. But this content is locked because that's their life work. So they're not going to release it in YouTube, in Facebook, in 360 for free. But once you show something like this to the brands, yeah, then things happen because this is an experience. So now I'll show you another thing. We talked about personalization. So I'll show you this concept that we are pitching to L'Oreal, but it can be any brand around the world. So this is a shampoo for kids. It's already printed with HP technology. Every movie that comes out, they have an agreement with Pixar and DreamWorks. They can use the characters. So we just took, for the sake of the pitch, the Toy Story together with them. And it's already printed digital, but it's not really changing. So what we did here, we created like a landing page. And tell me if you see now the iPad, hopefully. The iPad screen. Is it showing or not? Not showing? Again, 1, 2, 3. Let's try now. Something. Why? No signal, right? That's bad. Any help from Martin around? Okay, so it doesn't really show. I don't know why. Let's try to plug it out and in again. I tested it like 3 times. Okay, so it doesn't work, but what we did here, I can show it on the screen, on the other screen. So what we did here, we created, like using the new Vuforia image, like ViewMarks. You know what ViewMark is? The new feature of Vuforia that you can create like millions of unique, visually nice, better codes that are more visual. So what we did there, we created and integrated with like a software that is rendering. Let me close everything so you can see it better. Just a minute. So what we did there, the project itself is taking the actual, the image, the shampoo bottle, okay? So let's use, so it's taking the shampoo bottle, and once it's printed digital, every user can get the shampoo bottle at home with their kid.
Whoa, what a great picture. Want to see what I looked like when I was 5?
So this is a real child. His name is Benjamin. So the software in the background is rendering the videos, and according to the user, it's showing a lot of like highly personalized experiences. So just to wrap what I just wanted to say. So what we find is that brands, the retailers, it's very hard to communicate to them a lot of very complex features. Usually what we see is that the experience needs to be very, very nice visually, but no, it's not a must to have like 15 more features inside. Like, keep it stupid simple, still works. There are 2 retailers in Europe that already ordered in the last 3 months, each one of them, 500,000 or 600,000 coloring books, like the traditional AR coloring books that we know, but suddenly it's going to the market. Why? Because they saw a very cool experience. So I hope I didn't bore you so much. You are welcome to watch all these things in the Arilin booth downstairs, and also integrated with this very cool feature, this 360 sphere, which we're using now to scan things and play 360 videos inside the projector. This is integration that we're doing now. So thank you, and enjoy.